Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Westeros. It's time for some Westeros Total War. It's a brand new hot seat, the millionth consecutive hot seat that I've got involved in, just for the funsies. They don't take too long to make, so I'm just like, yep, I'll do any hot seat that gets thrown at me. And right now, we're going to be playing Age of Petty Kings in another hot seat organised by the Wise Coffin. This is a sub-mod of the mod Westeros Total War, which, if you hadn't guessed, converts Medieval 2 Total War into a strategy game set in the Game of Thrones universe. So what we need to do is come up with the password. Let's pick the same one as ever. I am House Gardner. Now, I hadn't heard of these guys. This submod, Age of Petty Kings, basically sets this campaign before the era of the books and the TV series. So there's some houses and some factions that didn't exist in the books or TV show, and I think House Gardner might be one of them. So I had no idea who these guys were. I just picked them because they have a very generic name, like House Gardner is something you could actually hire in real life to sort out your garden. And I picked them because I actually wanted to be a non-major faction. So I'm playing as major factions in some of the other hot seats. I thought, let's try and play as like the underdog, like one of the worst factions. So I picked these guys without doing any research. And as it turns out, we're actually the biggest faction in the game. So that attempt to get a minor faction did not work. We start with so many regions. Look at this. We've got tons of settlements already under our control. We are the biggest faction, I believe, or the second biggest. God, this music's loud. Hopefully you can still hear me. And the penalty for being the biggest faction is we actually start off at war with everyone around us. And so the combined strength of those around us is much greater than us. So we're big, but we're in a situation where we're supposed to sort of lose immediately. So we need to try and hang on to our territory. We're going to be attacked from all sides. So this is going to be interesting in that it's going to be different, at least to other hot seats, where we're not necessarily expanding. We're trying to hold on to what we have. At least that might be what it ends up being. So of course, many other human players, I believe this faction here, the Yellows, are one of them. Now, the rules of this hot seat are that we are not allowed to attack each other in the first turn, but we are allowed to attack each other right after the first turn, so there's no 7-turn buffer or anything like that, as has been in other Wise Coffin hot seats. Rules-wise, there are actually lots and lots of rules to this hot seat. It's the most restrictive set of rules we've had so far. So I'll probably talk through them as I come across them. Basically, there's a lot of things we can't do, but we're going to try and enact a strategy despite that. So it's hard to actually demonstrate what exactly a threat on the border is, but basically there's a faction here, the Greys, the High Tower, we're at war with them, the Oranges, who control all of this area, so almost the same amount of us as us. They are Peak, that's the computer player, at war with them. High Tower's a computer player as well. Then there's something called like Durandon. Yes, Durandon is what they're called. There's a human player right here. I think that's Lord John playing as them. I can't actually remember the players. Of course, I never do. And they're at war with us. There's two factions here and here who we're also at war with, but I don't know who they are because I didn't actually look. By the way, I've played my first turn before because this hot seat is actually being rebooted, so I know a little bit of what's going on beyond the borders. There's a blue faction along here in these mountains who are at war with as well. So my strategy is going to be to sort of try and hold in this area over here. So hold all around here. Don't bother advancing across this river here. We're going to ignore that. We're not going to advance into this forest. Don't bother advancing across this river or this river. So just have this sort of defensive line where we just try and hold on and do nothing over here. And we're going to advance against the Greys, High Tower, and against the Blues. What are they called? Can't actually remember. Can't see any of their units, so we can't see. So my vague plan is to kind of push out along the coast here. Because, of course, being at war with so many people, we need to end those wars as soon as possible. We need to either defeat them or get them to accept peace. And I actually checked, none of them will accept peace in the first turn, so we can't sort of end it right away. So we will recruit here at our capital, Highgarden, a diplomat, where you can see Isildur, King of the Reach, is proudly ruling over our people with no explanation given as to why they couldn't find an alternate picture of a human to use in that slot. So anyway, so we're going to want to bunch our troops here and here. We've got a few starting armies. Really, we have nothing up here, so we're going to have to recruit new armies in order to defend this area. It's a High Tower Princess up there. What are you doing all the way over there? Anyway, so yes, we need to recruit new armies. And we're also going to set up watchtowers so we can see any armies coming in, especially from the AI, to go out and attack them in advance. So of course there's a time limit, so let's get on with it all. One thing I want to do is, you can see we've got all these towns on islands. So they're obviously very unlikely to be attacked. So I think it's not really worth bothering having troops in them. And actually, some of these troops aren't free. Oh, there's Faramir. Just hanging out there. He's calling himself Emin Hewitt these days. He's trying to get away from his old reputation. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is use these ships we've started with and just start taking I was going to say take the officers out as well, but I might as well explain that one of the rules of the hot seat is you are not allowed to build anything in a settlement unless there is a general present, and that's similar to other hot seats. But a further rule is that the general present has to own the territory personally that the settlement is in order to build things. Let's try and find an example of this. I think Isildur is an example. You can see it says Lord of Highgarden. So that basically means he owns the Highgarden region, which I think is like these 3 settlements or something, which means he is allowed to build, he's allowed to be the general in these settlements building things. So I don't know exactly how it works because it's not terribly well communicated in the game, but anyway. I don't think we're going to bother having any troops. Maybe we'll leave the free levy just in case, since they're free after all. But yes, basically we're going to move around here. I'll move 2 out of here, we'll leave Faramir hanging out on here. We've got here more Shield Islands levy. Our units, I actually had a look at our units compared to the units of other factions. They are a little bit worse, which is a bit of a shame. Our units are slightly inferior to those of who was I compared it to? It was Peak I was comparing it to. They had sort of similar looking units that just had higher stats. We are also probably, I believe, playing on very hard just to make it even funner. So anyway, this fleet is going to land the troops over here, if we can. Which we can't, might as well. I could even just land them in the Blues territory. So we want to go on our offensive here, so let's get some troops together. There's some right here. Do they go south to fight the Greys? I guess what we'll do is this. We're going to try and just hope nothing comes across this border and not have much in our capital. This army is going to, of course, all Cav, going to come down and support the attack here. Going to try and end the war as soon as possible and then come back. One thing we'll do is we'll get a Isildur out and just do this. Just so we can see, so you can see a Star Pike. Star Pike settlement. Oh, who knows what's going on there. And Cider Hall. Very weird names. Anyway, pop back into High Gardens. And in High Garden, I'm actually going to construct a siege works that would allow us to build siege weapons, which is, of course, super useful in hot seats. Anyways, now we can see a little bit more. So the Cav army is going to come down. I want to attack this army this turn so that we can kill the garrison of Honeyholt as well, but we can do that with the guys in Brightwater Keep. So this army will just move down and just be in the area. The Greys have another stack down here, and I think one over here as well. Hopefully actually they can't move up and attack that where they're currently standing. That's possibly something I didn't bother considering there. Anyway, this force is going to come up so that in a future turn we can cross the border and attack the Blue faction, and there's a road right there. There's a settlement right here, I seem to remember, so we'll attack. Well, there's another one right there as well. What I might do is actually build troops. No, we'll build troops all over here. We need to build up. We've actually got a half-dead army. Hey, wait. What happened to them? Oh, I guess I'm not on the turn order, am I? I'm not first in the turn order, so someone's attacked this army that must have been in the field. Yeah, it was out here the first time we played, so normally it must be out of the field, meaning we have managed to lose some troops already. Our general survived. I wonder who it was. I'd like to have no idea who attacked us there. Let's sneak this guy over here and put a watchtower on the river. Could it be these guys? I don't know, because this river can only be crossed here and like over here if you go round the river, so this is actually impassable, meaning it's a nice easy place to defend. So could have been yellows breaking the rules and just sneaking out to attack us. What I'll do is put another watchtower here, like that, so we can have a look. There's the yellow army walking back into its territory. I think we might have a rule breaker in our ranks. So we've lost the battle already, but possibly he will be punished for that in some way that will get rid of his army or something as well to make up for it, and we'll be okay. So what I'll have to do is just consolidate this army together. Perhaps I can even retrain. Yeah, I can retrain most of it. Is that all the same units? We can recruit basically everything in this castle. This is quite a good castle. We'll just put everything on the retraining set for now and throw in one extra unit. Men-at-arms, they're better than what I'm using. Levy, isn't it? Yes, men-at-arms, that's what we're going to want to use. Lovely. Up here, I'm going to almost just gamble that no attacks will come from the north and not bother defending it in order to save money. Of course, we do want to focus our money where it's needed. This guy who's just standing on this dock randomly, is anyone special? It's not the lord of anything. What you will do is you're going to come down to support the attack down here. You can move to there, almost getting part. Getting there, taking part. Combining those phrases unhelpfully. I'm wondering if I should recruit something up there. Let's recruit something at Brightwater Keep. I imagine this place has good recruitment. Yeah, I can recruit everything. Ooh, Westmarch Knights. Take 2 turns to recruit and cost loads. Let's just throw those 2 units there. Now, I haven't actually built anything, you might notice, and that's because half the buildings are just really not helpful at all. and aren't very important. There is a farm or something, the hinterland villages, which I can't afford anymore. Everything else is just like +5 public order, which just is completely irrelevant. I could go around upping the tax rate in order to make more money. What is my income per turn? I make about 7,000 per turn. I'll leave it where it is just for this turn at least, because having a low tax rate does increase your income in the long run. And we're not sort of desperate for money right now. So what we need to do, as you see we've got an army here in Brightwater, we're going to move out and fight a battle here at Honeyhold. And to try and fight both the armies at once, kill the garrison of Honeyhold. If we're really lucky, we'll get them all, we'll take Honeyhold, and we'll sit inside, which would be amazing. If we're not lucky, this army will probably get killed in an auto-resolve in the end turn sequence, because the enemy's main force will just come up and kill it. So it is very much a sacrificial army, unfortunately for Raymond Florent. Luckily it's just full of trash units that we can recruit pretty much everywhere, I think. And it's just the generic levies. We do have different kinds of levies with different names, like it's just named after where they come from, but they're all exactly the same. So it's just cosmetic differences, so I don't think it actually matters at all. So tempted. Let's put something in here just to satisfy my desire to have units in this area. This unit a little bit low on everything. Let's throw in a cavalry unit. There we go. I think that's going to make me a little bit more happy. I might even take places like cold mode. You don't really need those units there, do you? Not that they can actually get anywhere particularly helpful. I'm going to come round towards Highgarden to increase the garrison there. And this settlement's like unassailable, because like, nothing could cross this river, I assume. I tell a lie, you can cross it there for some reason. Okay, so we do need units there. Before we do the fight, which I'm stalling for no reason, I'll put down the rest of the towers we're going to need. In fact, I'm going to need 2 more, so let's pick 2 strategic ones. One there. I think there's a settlement just up there in the mountains, so we'll look out for that. And let's plop another one, maybe up here, so we can see what's going on. Let's have this guy move like in this direction. Oh, the settlement right there. Okay, well we're going to keep a little watch on that settlement. There we go. 2 enemy settlements. They have to cross that bridge, so they're sort of choke pointed. And maybe the castle will hold them. Who knows? So let's move out of Brightwater Keep. I'm going to leave 1 unit in it, so like a unit doesn't come from over there in the left and just take it. What's some crappy levy? Yeah, we'll leave this levy unit behind. I wonder actually, let me just step out the castle for a second. I wonder if a unit from here could... Yes, they can actually come out of here and take part in the battle, and I think I will do that. Let's move the general and one of the levies to stand there. And then this guy will initiate a battle here. So there we go, nice even battle. I will be taking these forces. Oh, the enemy's general, who looks exactly the same as mine, is pretty good. Is it their... oh, it's a family member. I don't think it's their faction leader at all. South March levy. Oh, can I compare? 2 and 9. I think that's the same as my levies. And this army... Oh, yes, I remember. The problem here is that this army is just like loads of knights. And nothing here can defeat knights. So we're going to take a lot of losses whatever happens. And that's why the balance bar is so equal, despite us having like triple their men. Anyway, let's go in. The reason the Hotseat was restarted, if I could talk, is because it accidentally had auto-resolve all battles turned on. So when I came to try and do this fight in my first turn last time, it just like ended. How was that noise? Anyway, start deployment. Here we go. So the enemy's reinforcements probably going to come from over there. Now, I don't know if I could sort of rush and kill the enemy's knights because they're really good. I don't think... Is that? I think the music might have just died. Anyway, so... Should I try and kill the reinforcements first? Oh, it's hard to say. Well, let's go for a nice non-decisive setup. We can even put sticks in front of our archers. That's nice. Let's have levies. Slightly better units on the edges. See if we can get around the edge and do some action. Pikes, would be really nice if we get their cav to charge into the pikes. We'll see. We'll see if they're willing to play ball on that. So they're right up there. They're not moving. I'm going to go like this. Up the hill to sit beside them. So yep, just a huge blob of knights. We can hit them with arrows if they don't move, but the enemy's reinforcements coming in from that side. I'm going to run. I'm going to try and do this. I guess the pikes can't run. I need to take them out of their pike wall. Like that. Does that allow them to run? Yes, it does. Very nice. And in come the reinforcements from a very distant part of the map. Have them sort of run in a vaguely relevant direction. The question is, are those knights going to come down that hill towards me? We'll have to reform immediately if they do. Run this general over here. Oh, I can sense a scrap. I can sense a big scrap happening here where I'm going to mess this up. Pike went forward behind the archers. We might be able to bait the enemy into the archers here. All other infantry Just wait back here a second. I don't want to engage right away. That unit is a spear unit, the West March Levy, so they might do something. Are they on skirmish? I think they are. I think they're firing at will. Very good. Looks like they're kind of cheekily coming around the edge there. Anyway, pikemen, pike wall. Let's see if we can get them into the pike wall. My archers should be firing at them. They're now skirmishing away. The enemy not really that enthusiastic today. Oh, hang on. We might get some movement from them. Archers out the bloody way. Pikes, are you in? They're not really in pike wall, are they? That unit looking a bit more like it's in a pike wall formation. Oh, come on. Archers doing a terrible job. Right. Okay, that basically didn't go very well at all. The pikes getting wiped out, as are the archers, because half of them got stuck on the pikes as they tried to leave. So that was a terrible start. Look at this, look at this. Okay, it's going to be a general battle at the back. We'll send some levies to help out. And we'll outflank with the infantry. Levies, you charge through the centre and help the pikes. You're theoretically good against them. You guys can just shoot. Oh, we're winning, are we? I don't know about that. I think it's being a little bit generous with saying that we're winning. So there's light cavalry fighting my heavy cavalry, and they're going to get heavy cavalry charged. Hopefully we can finish them off over there. If the general dies, I'm not sure if it's a problem. I didn't check whether he was a lord of anything. Alright, pikes, you need to really sort of push against the enemy. Oh yeah, you've already got targets. Men-at-arms, oh, those men-at-arms are in big trouble. They're going to get charged by knights. Oh, losing our good unit. Yep, see ya. I hate it when the red thing flashes. It's kind of like so mocking you, like you're so screwed. It really annoys me. Anyway, archers, anything to fire at that isn't just our own men. Our men-at-arms out there are totally... Oh yeah, the enemy are kiting them well. We've got good cav AI on our hands. Warning, good AI. Ban down the hatches. You need to go that way. Basically a right mess. At least the enemy's reinforcements haven't arrived yet. How are we not killing these cav? We've got so much stuff on them. We should be destroying them. It is on very hard, I guess. So it's just making it artificially hard to kill. Knights now getting bogged down by the men-at-arms. Problem is we've lost all our infantry, and the enemy's infantry are now going to come up. This pike unit's getting wiped out by something. They just lost like all of their men. I'm looking at it now and I can't even see what it is. Why are they still dying? It's just this... It says they're charging, but they're stationary. Is it applying their charge bonus, even though they're actually stationary? I don't know. Whatever. We'll just lose all our men. It's fine. Right. That unit's routing. It's the enemy general here that's causing us trouble. Let's try and run into him with more units. It's hard to actually see what's even going on. Right. We need to form up, because the first enemy infantry units are about to arrive. Archers go and shoot the enemy's crossbows. What's happening here? We've got the enemy surrounded, but we just can't kill them, because they're too good, those knights. This is Medieval 2+, where knights aren't just a bit OP, they are everything. They beat everything and can't be killed by anything. Really struggling here. We've got the spearmen in amongst the enemy. It says they're going to win. Right, men-at-arms taking another cycle charge from the enemy. They are literally a sacrifice at this point. They're just gone. See you, men-at-arms. I know you're expensive, but you are gone. At least I'm going to shoot some crossbowmen here. Incoming. Levy and more heavy cavalry. That's going to be hard to deal with. Really need these guys to actually rout or something. At least we haven't lost our generals yet. I'm being pretty liberal with them and they've somehow survived. So we're just not killing these knights. Come on. Come on, why don't you die? Just losing all of our men. Morale is through the roof. They're still steady even though they've lost all their men. So it's another one of those mods where units have infinite morale. So that's something. What's happening here? Pikes just poking ineffectually at these enemy knights and doing knout. Where's the other knight unit? Has it just ploughed into... I know it's there. It's trying to charge through its own men, so it's a bit stuck. Probably still going to apply its charge bonus, though, because, you know, they actually are going to outflank us to the rear there. They're even outflanking the pikes to the rear. So we need these units to finish their engagement. I might even pull this guy off to come and rear flank the enemy. Look at this. These, like, couple of cavalrymen. We just can't get through them. Bit of a terrible performance from our men. Oh, actually only got 16 men left there fighting those knights. Okay, let's try and sort this out. Get our men not so wasting their potential. Gonna have to shoot those crossbowmen some more now. Stop firing into this blob. Right, here comes the flank attack. Will it do anything? Ooh, that's actually some good arrow fire. Maybe I'll continue that because they are a big target. Right, let's keep flashing our units. Oh god, there's so many enemies. We just can't get through these knights. This fight's been going on for so long. Oh, an enemy general is down. Excellent. Is that going to have any effect on the battle? We've routed his general and bodyguard. They're routing as well. Here we go. We got some good stuff happening now. Good stuff happening. This way, men. 15 men? Excellent. That's all you'll need for this mission. Operation Die. Run. Everybody run. Oh, you can't run, can you? Never mind. Do they flee the field? Ooh, those knights are fleeing. I would say pursue and run them down, but... Alright, now you just attack the flank there. Archers finish off the enemy's crossbows. Yep, they're going to stop routing pretty much immediately. Those 3 probably won't come back from routing, so we'll leave them. Right, let's try and organise something here. Tiny group of men, they're doing absolutely nothing. Right, your job. Oh, they've routed. They've routed, that's good. Levy, your job is to hunt down the enemy's bodyguard. You two come this way. I think we've got something here. Those crossbowmen need to get killed, and they'll probably just skirmish if we attack. There we go. Point spears, just about going to catch the enemy knights. Pikes, you can go in there as well. Those spears again doing the same thing here. Yes, chase the routers. Don't let them stop routing. Out here, 2 units of cav. Is that unit of cav there going to come back? I'm not 100% sure. Let's assume it won't. We'll send this levy to follow them walking, just in case. Archers. They're routing as well. Are they all routing? Surely this battle is over. I know that one in the centre still going. Join it. Chase the routers. Archers. Sword. How do I ult attack? Run out with these swords, and then these cavalry can just kill routers in order to reduce. Oh yes, we do need to finish them off, don't we? Continue the battle. We need to kill all these guys running away here because this is the garrison. So do your best. Kill as many of them as you can. Try and get them deleted off the map. Whoever was back there is probably totally dead, but it's these units. Heavy cavalry on them. I hope they don't survive. These units running here need to be finished off. So go on, cavalry, keep going. Yeah, it's a shame we don't have any other real cavalry. I'll do this at 6 times speed, since basically the rest of the units won't catch up. These units might actually. Keep trying. That levy unit's basically dead. It's really those crossbows. I order everyone to go and try and get the crossbows because those levies are gone. Yep, there's one guy left, and he's going to get caught up. Let's try and kill all those crossbows before they escape. That officer might actually escape. Can we try and kill him? No, apparently. No, we can't. Never mind. Something left on the field. What is it? Let's just go down to regular speed. It's around here. I bet there's just one guy. That's that one guy. Right, kill that one guy. I'm not quitting this battle until that guy is dead. We're going to minimize the size of the enemy's garrison. Oh, they just shot him. Okay, good. A victory. We lost so many men. We lost just as many men in that army that was defeated earlier. So it marginally killed more enemies than we lost, but yeah, it's because the enemy were all knights. I mean, there's 6 men left in the enemy's garrison. Please don't let them still be in there, because if they do, we can't take the castle, because those 6 men will close the doors and we'll have to go through a siege to get in. Come on. I'm not going to ransom them because we want to minimize the chance the enemy are left. We'll execute. No! Oh, they retreated inside. No! Come on! There's like 2 guys in there. Okay, so yes, the army that was defeated retreated inside. So that plan did not work. At least you can combine in there. This army is now in a bit of a situation. Because people could just come from the south and attack it. Relations have been worsened. So we'll have to just siege this castle. Just put some ladders into the construction order there, like that. And we'll see if the enemy react. And if they don't, we'll attack it next turn. Oh, relations getting worse and worse, as expected. Anyway, so that's all we need to do there. So is that the end of the turn? I mean, we've got so many little settlements. We've got no money. I'm just wondering if I should do things... Yeah, do things like this. So pop out. Oh no, I can't build any more watchtowers. So at least we've seen their settlement now. There we go. We know where we're going. Bit of intel. So I can't build watchtowers, so forget about that. Any agents is the only other question. No spies or anything? I mean, spies would be pretty damn useful. Come on, we've got to start with something. I didn't actually check last time. Oh, if there are agents out here, I'm going to cry. No, they're not. So we didn't start with any. Can we even recruit spies? No, not there. Oh, man, I wonder if spies aren't in this mod. Interesting. So yes, I think we've done good so far. We've lost basically 2 armies, and we've gained nothing. But just not losing territory will be somewhat of an achievement given our little starting situation. So I think we've done okay, and hopefully it was the yellow army that attacked me, the human player. Because if that was the case, then the human player has broken the rules, so we'll gain ourselves some compensation, hopefully. Maybe we'll get some money to rebuild the army. Guess we'll find out. So I think I'll pass it on. I think I'm actually last in the turn order. Yes, I am. I was hoping it might show me what Hightower did, because I actually got to see the AI, which I usually don't, but looks like I didn't see anything interesting. So, House Martell, I shall pass it on to you for your turn 2. And I hope you've enjoyed the beginning of the Age of Petty Kings Hotseat. And the pettiest king of them all is Isildur forever. So I'll see you in the next one to see just how screwed I've managed to get us. Good start, eh? See you then.